What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. How you all doing today? Jacob, Venzer Magic, Critical, Pixia, Executiony, Cody's here, David, Jimmy, Bradford, Quinn. Everybody's here. Well, thanks for joining me on a Sunday afternoon. Gonna do some, do a little Chaos 7 Expeditions, imagine that. Try to get that multiplayer bonus going. Let's see if we can't get us some loot. Anyway, like I mentioned in chat just a minute ago, I replaced my router again this morning, so I'm testing out some new stream settings again today and trying to get back to 60 frames per second. So let me know if things are buffering too bad or if it just all around looks crappy or whatever. And then in addition to that, it's hotter than crap and it's windier than crap. So with it being hot, I got no choice but to leave some windows open and stuff. So there is going to be some gusty background noise, and I apologize for that today, but that's just life. Anyway, let's go ahead and get things going here. Chaos 7 Expeditions. Let's start off in the Unholy Catacombs. Why not? And you know what? Before I even get to that point, let me hop in the Steam group. Feel free to join me through the Steam group or right off the war table, whichever you prefer. Let's see, I am in the chat room of the Steam group right now. And let's see, public game. There we go. Alright. Yeah, definitely, David. Well, the thing is it's just, you know, it's right. We're right on the coast, so nobody has AC because it just doesn't get hot. But just really like probably maybe a week to 2 weeks a year is really it. We got one in. Who we got here? Star-Lord. What's going on there, Sheena? Well, welcome there, MD Spark. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to the Juicy Nation, man. Yep, I remember you. It was only yesterday, Finley. It wasn't that long ago, man. Same joke. What up, what up? Alright, well, I guess let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and get it built. And I'll build it out slow here, so give you guys time to hop in. Once again, you can join me from the war table or from the Steam group. Whichever you prefer, but I should be there on US West. Let's see. Sham! Long time no see, Sham. The Sham Burger has arrived. Just gonna do some spammer builds here today. I do want to get a Proton Beam Spotlight finished up this weekend, but I also want to start getting some incursion walkthroughs done this weekend. And the incursion walkthroughs will be more fun. So I'll probably end up doing those over the Proton Beam, but I'll get the Proton Beam one soon. It's pretty nice, Lazarus. Well, awesome there, Finley. I appreciate it. We've got 160 left. That's not really enough to do too much, but I guess that would have been enough to PDT it, but I don't really need to PDT it. It'll be fine. Guess we can do this just for giggles. Just for giggles. Wonder how the range is there. Yeah, it looks pretty decent. Yeah, well, that's just the forums. I mean, there's always going to be people that post stuff like that on the forums, you know? Yeah, I hear you, Zach. I'm ready for it, too. Here we go. We got one more in. DeButters. Got some ancient power going on DeButters there. It's not better drops, it's just more drops. The quality of the loot didn't go up, it's just more loot. So it's not that it's better gear, it's a higher chance to get better gear just because you're looking at more loot. It's a lot of people were a little confused by how they worded that, but it doesn't mean that better gear is going to drop. Dirk, what's up? Got Vicious Strikes today, not sure what defense benefits the most from it. I tell you what, it's really, really good on Skyguard towers, Frostbite towers. What else? A Lightning Strike aura, I believe, would benefit pretty heavily from it. Yeah, it's still always red mods. I personally use it on either Frostbite or Skyguard. That's my two of choice, for certain. Anyway, we got a full group now. Let's get this bad boy rolling. Shrimp King. Yeah, pretty much. Or actually, Finley, I usually start earlier. My normal stream time is 1 p.m. Pacific time. On Sundays, I start at 3 p.m. Pacific time, so I can sleep in a little bit. On weapon manufacture, it's actually not as good as Deadly Strikes. It depends on how the range gambit scales. There's a video in that tutorial section, or tutorials playlist on my channel, that talks about the range gambit and Vicious Strikes and how it scales. It's all each defense it scales differently on. Been busy with work? Well, I mean, better too much work than not enough work, Sham, you know? The thing with Skyguard towers is with a maximum range mod, with a Gilded Deadly Strikes, and with Vicious Strikes, you're still not at the range cap. So I'm assuming for the Skyguard tower, it would take all that, plus taking the Relic to Chaos 8 to get to the range cap, which is pretty crazy. So the Skyguard has absurd range. Like, that kind of range, you could literally put one Skyguard in the very middle of the map up here, and it would easily cover this whole map. Like, big time. I mean, you could just pop one right here, and it would be good to go if you had it maxed out. The range on my Skyguards is pretty good, and I'm only like halfway to the cap. You know, I mean, I can like put one here to cover both lanes, and I'm halfway to the cap is it. The Cat Kuro ability is not really anything spectacular, Aaron. The pet looks cool. I use it on a builder usually, just for looks. Man, I'm surprised it's so neck and neck on that polling. It's been going back and forth between Xbox being like 1% up and being tied. Crazy. Just crazy. I personally thought that there was more players on PS4 because the last console special that went out was on PS4. The last, like they had that PlayStation Plus pack that went out. But I guess it didn't affect the population as much as I thought. I knew that there was more players on consoles than on PCs. But I didn't realize that the Xbox and the PlayStation were so neck and neck. You know, the Volcano's just got that massive, another one with just massive novelty value. It's so entertaining to watch, you know. I actually like, I mean, if I was going to go with any of those one per hero builds, I definitely like the Obelisk better. It was last year, David, but I thought that the PlayStation went up. I mean, it makes sense. It's been out. It was the newest on the Xbox, so it's always more players the newer the game is, especially being a free-to-play game. You want to use Destruction there, Shrimp King. The problem with crit in the current state of the game is it requires a lot of stacking of things. So you got to have crit damage, crit chance, crit damage, and crit chance mods. You got to really stack on the crit to make crit even remotely viable. I'm going to try to do a crit build just for comparison here really soon. But it requires a lot of work, where a non-crit build, you're actually getting more damage really earlier. No, this won't be an exceptionally long stream, Pixie. It's my wife's day off work, so I don't want to sit here and stream all day. Leave her sitting here staring at the wall. Got her a new game on the Xbox today, though, so she's playing that. One of those Xbox games with gold game. I don't remember what it's called, but it's the one where the puzzle game where you're moving the little blocks around. I just killed her, or I think I just killed her though. I looked and put her on the spot, and both of her blocks fell off the edge of the map. Lightning Strike Aura is incredible. Spark, the main difference between Flame Aura and Lightning Strike Aura is Lightning Strike is a single target defense. In Flame Aura is an AoE defense. So Flame Aura will hit up to 10 targets at a time, and Lightning Strike Aura will only hit 1 target at a time. The problem with crit is it's just not, I mean, you could still make it work, don't get me wrong there, Leland, but it's just not as good as just raw defense power. It's very easy to get a raw defense power build up to top-notch numbers. Please don't do that. I mean, that's just like purposely trolling everyone by dropping their frame rate, and I'm trying to live stream. It's just not nice. Exclamation Chaos 7 there, Pixie. As far as Onslaught goes, there's tips and tricks for that too, but basically just build slow, read every lane. There's a bunch at the top. They're infinite games, but it would be the same as always, pretty much. Barbarian, Dryad, the EV2 can get up there real high. The Gun Witch is a beast. The Monk is a beast. There's lots of choices that are at the very top of the food chain as far as DPS. See, that's the thing. It's a matter of DPS. It's not a matter of how much damage you do per shot or how much damage you do on a crit. It's about how much damage you can put out on average per second. And you're going to get more overall damage easier from just going a defense power route than you are trying to mess around with crit. The only difference that I've made really there is I do use the unique mods on the Obelisk and Volcano. So I'm going unique power, unique crit, and unique crit chance. But that's the only crit focused defenses I'm using at all. And it's just because the bonuses from the unique are just so high, you know. Siege Roll will be dead in a second. Oh man, I forgot about the Gun Witch. I got my Gun Witch playable. I need to be playing on the Gun Witch. Next map. Next map, I'm gonna witch it up. Get a little gun witchy. See what's in the box. I don't know off the top of my head, William. It's all automated. You'd have to go to the video or go to my community page or go to Twitter or go to where the giveaway was itself. It's listed on all of those places. How much would I sell a max power buff servo? I would see what I could get for it. Talk to people first. Like the DD2 Discord market. If you post it up there and put accepting offers and let people throw some offers at you, you want to get as, you know, that's a high quality mod. So you'd want to get the most, you know, the most out of it if you were going to sell it. The Xbox is ahead right now. I'm going to let it run for at least at a minimum of a week before I even take it seriously, though. I want as many people as possible voting on that poll. That way you can get a legit idea. Alright. What's the marketplace called again? In-game? I don't understand the question there, Chris, I guess. Sorry. What's up, Keck Birkin? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. No, they attack as well, Sal. They attack in different styles, but they all attack. Let's see. This map, we got just so much DU to spend. Let's see. Thanks, Sir William. I'm doing good. Like I mentioned, for those that are just joining, I replaced my router again this morning. You guys know I've been having some connection problems. So I bumped it back up to 60 frames per second and bumped the bit rate up. I really want to test this router out. So I do apologize if things go crappy with the stream, but also let me know if there's any... If you've got a good internet connection and you get any excessive buffering, let me know. That way I can adjust it for the future. But, you know, you can't not stream at 60 frames per second. I mean, it's just, you gotta do it, you know. Gotta get them frames. And the benefit of YouTube is it's got the encoding, where if you do have a less than ideal internet connection, you can adjust it down yourself. Oh, the Discord marketplace, you have to join the if you go to the bot channel and do .rank space trader, it will open up that channel. It's the info is pinned at the top. If you go to the bot spam channel or whatever it's called, it's just on the official DD2 Discord. But you have to give yourself that rank, and it's self-assigned, so you don't need a mod or anything for it. But you have to give yourself that rank before that channel will open up for you. I've got a PlayStation and an Xbox now, Finley. I play on PC by choice, but I have the consoles. I don't have a Switch, which sucks. I would love to have a Switch, but, you know, it's kind of tough to justify buying a Switch when you've got a PlayStation and an Xbox. Set them up however you think is the way to go there, Sinister. I mean, there's no cookie cutter builds, really. Mods are in addition to what's required to win the map. The mob difficulty is just based off of stats and shards. Mods aren't factored in at all. And here I said I was going to get on the gun witch. So you can really use any mod setups you want. I personally would probably go with, like, if you wanted to use it as your main lane clear, I'd go with like melee, anti-melee, and melee boom. If you wanted to use it mainly on frosty lanes, then go with frosty damage and frosty boom. It's basically whatever you want to do with it. What would I play on the Switch? I'd play Zelda and all the Mario stuff. Zelda's... It stinks that you can't play Zelda when you're not on the Switch. That's very stinky. So yeah, I mean, it just depends on what you would want to do with your slimes, you know? You pick a purpose for your defense. If you want it to be just a generic lane clearing defense, then I would say go melee damage, melee boom, and then you want defense rate, defense power, or destruction, defense rate, and probably vampiric as shards. And then for your third, you could go defense rate until you get a gilded defense rate shard. After you got a gilded defense rate shard, then you'd want to swap out defense rate for something else. Haha, Oblivious won. I remember that name. I do remember that one. I don't remember what you won though, Oblivious. What'd you win? Don't remember. I'm anxious to watch the stream afterwards and see what the quality of it looks like at 60 frames versus the way how I normally stream. I just told you all the mods there, Sinister. Super Vega, what up, what up? Got an Abyss Lord, very nice. Do you need a good graphics card to run DD2? See, here's the problem with DD2. The minimum requirements for DD2 are not very high. However, DD2 has absolutely terrible optimization on all platforms, PS4, Xbox, and PC. For the graphics that we're seeing on the screen, for it to bog down and get framey and run as poorly as it does at times, doesn't make any sense. In fact, you guys know I've been playing Warframe the last few days. Warframe with everything maxed takes my GPU up to about a 50% load with every single thing maxed out. DD2 with everything maxed out and my graphics card runs at 100% of the time. I mean, that's just, when you look at the difference in what you're actually looking at and all the fast movement and everything in Warframe, you'd think Warframe would run much worse. But it's just all about the game optimization and the dated engine. You know, DD2 is on an outdated game engine. I mean, they're doing the best they can with what they got, basically, for lack of better words. Warframe's really good, David. It's so much better than it was back the last time I tried it out. The last time I checked out Warframe at all was like pre-alpha. The game was just out in like I said, it was a pre-alpha state even, and it wasn't very good. But now, oh my god, it's been years now, of course, so they've had time to fine-tune it. But I'm pretty sure most people who play a lot of free-to-play games, most people say it's the best free-to-play game there is. Well, on your 2001 laptop there, Sal, you're running it like, it depends on what you're used to watching. I'm used to playing high-end games on a high-end PC, so I'm used to having graphics settings maxed on everything, running 100 plus frames per second on every single thing. I think the easiest comparison there, David, was most people would say it is Warframe is what Destiny 2 was supposed to be. Uh-oh, and here we go. Here comes the frame rate drop with a brand new router. God dang it. Let this run for a minute, see if it recovers here. Alright, well my ISP cannot tell me it is not router related. Or they cannot tell me that it's not related to their service. It is 100% the ISP. This is 3 routers now. This is 3 routers in a week that I've tried out, and they keep saying it's router related, but there's no possible way it's router related. So anyway, it's back up going, but God, it's so disappointing, man. I was really hoping that was my fix, but it is not looking like it. Ugh, stinky. I mean, it's back up and running right now, but God, man, it sucks living in a small town with an outdated infrastructure. Just all services, technology services suck. Can't wait to move. DD2 Tools is still there, isn't it? Or did it go down finally? I haven't looked for it for a few weeks. Well, thanks there, Mark. Having my trials and tribulations with my connection still. Router number 3 in the last 7 to 10 days. DD2 Tools is not working. Let me look real quick. See if it's working on my end. He said it was coming down. I mean, it was expected. I'm going to have to take that off of my videos. Yep, definitely not there anymore. Yeah, like I said, he said it was coming down, so it's not a surprise. It's just disappointing. He was having to pay to keep that up. He wasn't making any money back, you know. You know, you don't want to pay for something that you're not, you know, earning anything off of it. He wasn't getting any ad revenue off of it, and it was a lot of maintenance to keep it going. So he had to work and pay to keep that active. So I mean, I can't really blame him, you know. Well, it's not over yet, Logan. I'm going to let it go for at least a couple of weeks. But right now, the Xbox is slightly ahead of the PS4, with them both being pretty neck and neck. Alright, so we got a spot open all. We're getting into a fresh map here. Well, that's all. That aspect of it was community driven there, Oblivious. Just nobody had updated any new stuff. He kept all he was responsible for was keeping the shards up to date. The rest of it was all from the community. I currently am not using the Dryad, so I don't have a maximized slime set up, but every defense is the same. You start off with deadly strikes, defense rate, and destruction, and then you adjust from there. Every single defense. So slimes, for example, have really good range already. So I would remove deadly strikes and put in vampiric empowerment for more damage. But every defense in the game start off with deadly strikes, destruction, and defense rate. Every single one. No exceptions. But I haven't, like I said, I haven't been playing with the Dryad at all. I'm about to, the next DPS hero I want to deck out is the Dryad, though. I want to get her squared back away. I've got the gear and the setup already for it. I just have to re-level it, which is a massive crafting material grind, you know? Let's see. I got 3 R's there, so I'm not going to put... Oops. Let's see. I need me some monkage back. Mr. Monk, where you go? I think one Skyguard will handle it. Let's see. What am I using for weapon mans? Exclamation WM in chat there, Prime Hunter. We'll get you my setup. Gonna have to DPS this middle lane a little bit. That's alright. That's what the gun witch is made for. Let me get her out and witch it up a little bit. There's more than one lobby going all the time. There's a lot that you don't see in DD2. It feels like you see the same people over and over again. And a lot of folks don't realize it's just because everyone has been trained over the last several years to not play public matches. That was the reason they put this whole multiplayer thing in, was to try to get more people to play public. But what's happened now is more people are playing public matches, but they're just doing it from their war table in their tavern. Lavamancer is really strong, actually, Oblivious. The Oil Geyser is one of the hardest hitting 20 DU defenses in the game. Plus it oils. Fishers are beast. They're right there with Flame Auras. They don't hit flyers, but they have additional range. And then the Volcano is just a huge novelty. Exclamation WM there, Dirk. Let's see. Good enough, right? Yeah, the Lavamancer is good. And then if you like melee, if you like to run up and punch things, the Lavamancer is really good DPS as well. What time is it where I am? Exclamation time in chat. But it's 3:32 p.m. You do exclamation time, it'll give you, I think it's -7 GMT, I believe, where I'm at. Sub game. It's all public games. There, Drift Bunny. I'm not going to force somebody to sub to me to play a game. That just feels kind of wrong. Been on a Fisher spree. The Fishers are strong, Mark. They really are good. Eating you some Arby's right now. That's another downside. Besides crappy internet, the other downside living in a really old small town is there's crappy fast food. All we've got is McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, and Taco Bell. And those four get so old. Oh yeah, there's a Subway too, but the Subway here smells a little funny, so we don't go out very often. We don't go there very often. Almost 1 a.m. in Germany. Oh yeah. Lots of German DD2 players. Lots of DD2 players from Europe, period. I don't know, that's the thing about having the deli, like the deli counter in Subway, is it just smells kind of funny. We got mixed emotions there, David. I kind of like the taste of Burger King stuff more, but the Burger King here, the service is really, really bad. So we tend to not go there very often. We probably do Wendy's more than any of the others. The problem with Taco Bell is it's like, I don't know. It's like low-grade Mexican food, but then you're hungry again in like 3 hours. Yeah, that's what gives it that funky smell there, Oblivious. That's the other benefit to moving. I should put that on the list of requirements for the wife. Right now, my requirement for where we move to is only higher quality internet than what we can get right now. But need to add in an Arby's too. Must have an Arby's, dear. We need a break from Wendy's and Burger King. The McDonald's here is probably the cleanest and the best run, as far as just like the quality of the establishment itself. And the thing about McDonald's is, you know what you're getting. Your expectations are there. Yeah, see, we're far from having a Panda Express, David. We are far, far from that. This is Chaos 7 here, Drift Bunny. Yeah, but anyway, for those just joining or those that are newer to DD2 and the channel, anytime I do public matches, I do it from the war table. But if you're playing on PC, well, you have to be playing on PC to play together right now, but I'm also in the Steam group. So if you join the Steam group and then join group chat, it will, you know, it'll just let you join me by right-clicking on me. Yeah, I mean, home-cooked food, of course, is always way better. My problem is I'm lazy as all hell. The wife gives me shit, says she's gotta overcook and make more than what's needed every single time, just so there's food already prepared in the fridge. I mean, I got no problem using the microwave. There are no best towers in Mastery, Prime Hunter. Every Mastery is different. It's all about the challenges that are there. The best thing I could say in Mastery is the more choices you have, the better off you're going to be. Man, we got another map with only 3 players. I just realized. We're missing out on loot. We got to let this bad boy fill up next map. I'm in the Steam chat. I'm looking at it right now. Or am I showing invisible, maybe? Yep, I'm showing invisible. Here, I'll turn myself online. There we go. I actually don't leave the Steam chat. I let it up. Leave it up all the time, but I have to turn myself invisible when I'm playing most of the time. Is showing you online on Steam is just an invitation for spammed messages to you. Well, good mods are nothing but gravy. It's a bonus in Mastery for sure. Having all the right shards is a requirement. That's the 2 requirements for Mastery are 1, have the right shards, and 2, the more builders you have, the better off you're going to be. That's how you beat Mastery. And then mods are just gravy on top. So, I mean, Mastery right now is very easy. It's just a matter of doing what the challenge tells you to do. The hardest thing for me is not upgrading when you're not allowed to upgrade, or not repairing when you're not allowed to repair. It's questionable, Logan. It's a pretty big convenience, but it definitely seems a bit on the pricey side for sure. Yeah, it's happened to me before. It's a known bug. You should try trying it solo there, Dragon. It's easier solo than in a group. Every person that gets added to the group adds 20% mob health. I mean, now we get increased loot in exchange for it, which is nice. But if you're struggling to complete it, you might want to try it solo. I recommend the McManus projector shot type Prime Hunter. Celebration is not very good, sadly. I've never seen anything like that, random. I mean, I've seen like 1 map out of 100 maps not getting mats. What game mode are you playing? Let me deal with my inventory real quick. Say some of these guys in case they're not watching the stream. Let's see what we got here. I should guild another life leech shard. Maybe I'll start saving this. I get a bunch of them. Jeez, nothing. Where's that streamer luck? See some of that streamer luck. I want a full green mod today. That would be just incredible. Something actually usable this time, maybe. That would be even better. Well, I mean, obviously something's bugged then there. I wouldn't keep doing it. I would at least restart, you know, at a minimum. Warbore chip. I get a crappy warbore chip. Ugh. Put it on the wrong tab. Oh, there was something. I mean, it's not an ideal mod, but it is max mod. I put that warbore chip in the wrong tab. Let me go over there with it. I got a max mod. I want one on a relic, though. I tell you what would completely make my day is if I got a max Shatterquake. If I got a max Shatterquake, I would take my Earth Shatter Towers up to Chaos 8. I would do it right now. Alright, there we go. Yeah, wrong hero. Needs me a monk. For them Skygod Towers. I'm sure they will there, Logan. I do all the time there, Prime Hunter. And please don't self-promote in my stream. It's not very good etiquette. If you were familiar with my channel, you know I play with people all the time. The majority of my streams. How much do I think you should sell a 4.5 Crit Strike mod for? That one's not a super hot item, critical. Sell it for whatever you can get for it, you know? Whatever you can get. Just talk to people. Don't just put it up for a blanketed amount. Any of the higher quality shards like that, you want to make sure you negotiate the deal first. Don't just put it up there, because you may put it up for too much and then it never sells, or you may put it up for not enough and then you lose out, you know. So always always discuss it first. Even if you don't join you know, you don't want to do Discord or the forums or anything like that, just talk to people in town. You know, if you see a full town, talk to people first and see if anybody's interested, because you may end up losing out, you know. Thank you very much for subscribing there, Orchid. I do appreciate it. And it looks like Thomas Merwin. I think I missed you earlier. Sorry about that, man, but thank you as well. Welcome to the channel. There's a whole bunch of tips there, Dark-Minded, over on my YouTube channel. There's a tutorial, new player tutorial and guides playlist. Then there's Hero Spotlights playlist. MD Spark, thank you for subscribing as well. And welcome to the channel also. I know this was your first stream. Welcome, welcome. Now I'm just spamming. What the heck? I think this is enough, don't you? Good lord. That is ridiculous overkill. I think DD2 will always be a big RNG base, Pixia. Free-to-play games, you've got a few choices. You got, you can make it a heavy RNG game and make it a super grind. Or you can make things take a long time and then offer speed-ups for those things. Like, say that, you know, say it didn't take a whole lot of time to get like a really good weapon, but instead of getting the weapon, you were getting like a blueprint for it or some kind of crafting formula for it. And then to build it would take 2 days, but you could spend gems to speed it up. So there will always be one of those two things in just about every free-to-play game. Or heavy cosmetics. That's actually my primary defense right now, Drazer. The weapon manufacturers do a lot of damage, and they have a stun. So I'm not actually using the weapons that are in it at all. You can pick these up if you play actively on an EV2. Like, I could pick that up and launch it, and it does a big old nuke. But they're just not, they're not very good, to be honest. Maybe one day, Pixia. I mean, that would be an awesome thing for sure. DD2 is definitely, it's a heavy grind game. Well, just ask, yeah, Dark-Minded. Don't ask to ask, just ask. They nerfed it, Lazarus, but it's still really strong. It's gonna get nerfed again, I'm pretty sure about it. It was ridiculous, and now it's a tiny step below ridiculous. So I think it's gonna get nerfed again. Yeah, 10 out of 10 is very tough to find. No doubt about it. I found a Skelly Explosion today. I think it was Skelly Explosion, wasn't it? They're not going to do that, Sean. They would have to completely change their whole model. I was just giving it as an example. That's how, like, Warframe is. Fortnite's RNG. Fortnite's more comparable to DD2 with everything being RNG related. What's my favorite flare? I would have to say the Final Form flares. That whole set is just super cool looking. No doubt about it. Yeah, boost stars are really strong, Dark-Minded. Just remember, of course, a boost star is going to get the maximum benefit if you're setting it up so that you're putting lots of defenses inside of it. The more defenses you put in it, the bigger benefit you get. So if you like have in mind to set up a boost star just to like throw it down right here and all it would hit is these two flame auras, that wouldn't be a very smart setup. But if you're going to set it up to have multiple defenses in it, like even putting it back here would be better, where it would hit the weapon manufacturers and these two flame auras. But the boost star is definitely really strong, for sure. It's much better than, if you're going to compare it to the buff beam, the boost star is way better than the buff beam, and that's just the sad thing. EV2. I mean, I guess all of the EV2's defenses can't be overpowered. Proton beams are pretty ridiculous, and weapon manufacturers are pretty ridiculous. If buff beams were ridiculous too, it would probably be a cheaty hero. Exclamation ES in chat, or it's either ES or EST there, Drazer. We'll get you the setup that I'm using. There's two requirements for Earth Shatter to make them really beast mode, and that is first off the Shatterquake mod, and then second off the knock-up shard for it, which for some reason the name is escaping me right now. I'll show you guys in a minute as soon as we get to the break. Nice, Kinesto, grats. If you just completed a campaign, you want to go to Adventure Mode next, Pickle Rick. Adventure Mode will be other maps that are similar to campaign maps, but it'll start adding in some of the elements from different the different modes of the game. Or yeah, Earth Toss. Earth Toss and Shatterquake, in my mind, are both requirements. If you don't use both of those, you're seriously missing out. Shatterquake is ridiculous. And it amazes me anytime anyone says it's not, because it is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it adds like over 1 million damage per second because it stacks up, and that stacks between Earth Shatters as well. So not only will it stack up to like 1 million DPS on its own, but if you have 2 Earth Shatters, it's going to be 2 million. You know, it stacks on top of each other. It's absolutely insane. In fact, if there was... Oh, what happened there? Oh, somebody too close to the core with an assassin. I don't want to give Trendy any ideas, so I'm half tempted just to keep my mouth shut and not even complete that sentence. But in all reality, if there was a mod that needed a nerf, it would be Shatterquake, because it is so strong. Hopefully no one from Trendy is here. It's Sunday, so I doubt it will be. Please don't nerf the Shatterquake, Trendos. 1 red bar is well worth it on Shatterquake random. Just 1 red bar. It's extremely strong. Like I said, it's adding. There's not a mod in the game that's going to add 1 million DPS to your defense. Not one mod. Shatterquake is one of those mods. Yeah, like Mark said, it's AFK territory. I mean, it completely smokes everything. It's ridiculous. Now, as with any defense, it's not in your best interest to just use Earth Shatters. The only exception there maybe would be bees. Cody, what up? What up? What up? Kazu-chan, welcome. Welcome to the stream. You're not looking at it properly. You can't look at the DPS on the tower random. It doesn't reflect the damage there. You have to look at it what you're actual getting. So plug it up to... You know what? I just got to go show you guys now because there's disbelievers. And it's one of the strongest mods in the game, literally. So I'm going to pop out the tavern. I'll make a new group in a minute. But I'm going to go do a little Earth Shatter workshop for you all. Just so everyone understands how extremely powerful it is. Get Shatterquake. Quit denying it. Don't deny yourself. You're robbing yourself if you do. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I think it's time to make a new group anyway. But let me pop the tavern here for a moment. You clearly haven't if you're not recognizing the power of it, random. I hate to call you out like that, but it's just it is one of the strongest mods in the game. Period. There is no getting around it. Alright, let me clear out my inventory real quick first. Don't need none of that stuff. So to look what the actual mod is doing, you have to let the mod, or let the damage stack up, and then remove the defense, where the defense is not doing any damage. And then you're seeing just the effect of the mod. So we'll do that here in a second. Yeah, the chest colors, you always want gold chests there, Spark. Gold chests is happy times. Let's see. So, let's get a Earth Shatter down. We'll let it stack up some damage. As we see here at Tier 1, it's, what? 3 million, 4 million. Looks like it's going to settle in at about 4 million DPS. Looks like it's between like 3.5 and 4.5. Now, alright, now the Earth Shatter, or the Shatterquake is all stacked up. So let's remove the tower, so the tower's not going to be doing any damage. And then look at the mod that's left. 1.2 million. 1 million. There's another million, a 700,000, and then it slowly starts to fall off. So, at the top, it was 1.2 million damage per second that just the Shatterquake effect is doing. Now, let's compound that, because how often do you use 1 Earth Shatter? What's better than 1 Earth Shatter? Well, 3 Earth Shatters, for God's sakes. So let's let 3 of these Earth Shatters stack up. What? There's so many numbers you can't even see all the red blended together? Yeah, that's a thing. Hello, Earth Shatter. There's so many damage numbers flying that it's a solid color. That's happy times right there. Now, let's get rid of them all. Now remember, this is 180 DU. 180 DU is what you're allotted for every lane, a minimum of that on every lane in every map in DD2. So let's get rid of these real quick. And then now look. Let's see, it's hard to even see the DPS numbers. It was hard to read because there was so much going on still. It looked like it was about 3.5 to 4 million DPS. That's just the Shatterquake mod, nothing else. I don't have a max mod random. There's not much of a difference between a 1 red bar and a 9 out of 10 for any mod. No mobs last that long? Have you ever seen an ogre? I mean, what more could I say? Mobs do last that long. It's a boss killer. Quit denying yourself, quit arguing, you're wrong. Use it. Enough said. Have I tested it in a game? Well, I've used it consistently at floor 250 plus. So you tell me. And it wrecks mobs with 250 million health. Always sleeping at your sleepy time. Sorry there, Iceman. I'm doing the late night streams on Twitch again, if that's a little bit more friendly time for you. Oh yeah, the OG heroes definitely need at least 1 good defense each. What defense I should use versus Shard 155 stars? I don't really understand what you're saying. If you're saying what defense should you put Vicious Strikes on? I use it on either my Sky Guards or my Frostbite Towers personally. Oh, did I do private? Yeah, I did. Alright. I'm just telling you how to do things better, random. If you don't want to do them better, do them however you want. I've always said in every spotlight, do things however you want. So by all means, do it however you want. I'm just showing you how to do it better. That's all. So, completely up to you how you want to do it. Public. A Juice Live, and there we go. Yeah, my 11 PM stream is early morning for you, Iceman. But towards the end of it, it's good with 1 red bar, random. That's what I'm telling you. The part you're not listening to is it's doing that type of numbers on a 1 red bar mod. Compare mods. There's like almost no difference between 1 red bar and an 8 out of 10. So it's not... Mod quality is not a factor until it's maxed. 10 out of 10 is the stuff. Did I do it private again? No, it's public this time. Like I said, I'm just trying to help you out. You take the advice or don't, but by all means, build how you want to build. It's your game. You choose it. I'm just showing you what's beast and what's not, and Shatterquake is beast. Beast. I mean, if you want to compare it to LSA, well, yeah, I can throw a weapon manufacturer down in AFK, so... I mean, we're not comparing it to other defenses. We're comparing it to mods on that defense. And you're just not going to get more bang for your buck than Shatterquake. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's see, let's do this since we got all this Shatterquake going on. Actually, let's do this and get rid of this. That will be even better. I wish they would change mod scaling too, Iceman. I agree 1,000% over. The mod scaling is ridiculous. The difference between a 9 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 mod is so large. It's just absurd, you know? They said they want it that way. I really hope that they reconsider. But they said they want it that way. You know, but whatever. What's going on, Jack? If it's winning maps, it's good for you, then Rage. But yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's all about getting to the win screen, though. You know, get to the win screen however you can get to the win screen. Nothing wrong with any build that gets you a win. That's for sure. Let's see. Actually, we got a bunch of DU left. Let's R it up here a bit more. Let's sneak one more in over here, too. Actually, I should have put 3 on this lane, as that's a double lane. Go 2 over there. There we go. That'll wreck it up. Give somebody a minute. Anybody else wants in, feel free to hop on in. What's going on there, Endercal? Herobrand, what up, what up? War Intron. I want Shocking Revelations mod for EV2. You can have it just in the deck, War, but you get a greater chance if it's active. If you have it in the deck, you're gonna get the mod. Ability power is really good on most heroes, Drazer, for sure. I like to play my monk hero damage because I like the boost monk setup with the big nukes. But ability power even on the monk is really strong. And then ability power like on the gun witch is significantly better than hero damage. On the apprentice, on the huntress. And the huntress can put out some decent hero damage numbers with the right setup. There we go. We got that 425 going again. Very nice. What's my favorite defense? Probably proton beams. My favorite defense, and I'm not using it, but I love me some proton beams. Bored to death. Can't play DD2. Yeah, play something different. And the main thing is being able to play, you know. Doesn't matter what game you're playing as long as you're enjoying it. Play away. That's going to be the next defense spotlight, is going to be proton beams. I'm trying to fine tune and decide exactly where I want them right now. I'm pretty happy with the build I'm using currently, but it just seems like it's not quite 100% where it needs to be. Rio, thank you very much for subscribing. Sorry I missed you there 10 minutes ago or so. But I do appreciate you very much. Thank you a ton. Well, you just want to get yourself to Chaos 7 there, Iron Fist, and then start grinding then. If you're just starting at the game, don't worry about farming anything. Just play through with what you've got. Try to use what looks like the best of what you have acquired. Then once you get to Chaos 7, that's when you want to start the grind. Now, I like weapon manufacturers, but it's definitely not my favorite. I mean, my favorite hero is the EV2 in total, because I do love weapon manufacturers. I love proton beams. I'd like to love buff beams, but I just can't. The mana capacitor shard and the headpiece Sir Shrimp. They're both really good, Prime. It's just a matter of, do you like ranged more or melee more? I personally liked range more, so I like the gun witch more. But if you like the hack and slash and the melee builds more, then the barb would be the one for you. They're both really, really strong. hopefully get, actually had a little decent luck with mods today. But just not the, you know, as usual, I guess, the best mods you get are not the ones you like. I don't really mind cyborgs. DU means defense units there, War. That's the green bar right up underneath your wave counter in the top right of your screen. Tells you how many defenses you can build. They're both really good, Ty. I personally like the Viper's Fang better, but there's nothing wrong with either one of them. They're both very, very effective walls. I like the Viper's Fang better because I like that ranged crowd control that it provides. That, and then if they add that, man, I'm so excited about those Chaos 8 shards. I keep talking about them every stream. I really hope they add them back in. I hope that survey wasn't just a tease, you know? That survey Lalta gave us a couple weeks ago. Oh, I don't know off the top of my head. Check Lightrayne spreadsheet there, Rage. Exclamation Dasheets. D-A-S-H-E-E-T-S. I can't remember the proper command for it, so we'll put that in as an alternate. Can one Earth Shatter outperform two cannons? Situationally, yeah. Remember, cannon's single target, and Earth Shatter with properly sharded is AoE now. So that's what makes that Earth Toss a must. It's not the crowd control it provides that makes it a must, in my opinion. Although the crowd control is a very nice added benefit. It's the AoE that it adds, you know? That's just really, really huge. What do I want to see after this update? I don't know. I guess it depends on what all they bring in this update. You know, we know a little bit of what's coming, but it's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of gray area still. That, and there will be things that we are not aware of yet. There will be things added in the stream that we don't know. You know, that we have no clue about, or added in the stream. Added in the update that we don't have any clue about yet. They always like to keep some surprises. You know? Robe Sky 360, thank you very much for subscribing. I do appreciate it. Feels like you're missing more anti-air. I'd be happy with another anti-air defense. I mean, we only got 2, you know? I would be very happy if we got another one for sure. You never know, maybe the Countess or the Ranger will bring those in when they come. I'm hoping the Countess brings another wall, personally. I just really have my heart set on those bouncer blockades. I think that would be really fun to play around with. Missed. Terrible. My day's going good, Jack. I usually just I have pretty chillaxing Sundays, you know. It's my wife's day off work, and you look at me, golden ingot. It's the wife's day off work, so we usually kick back and relax, you know. She works those overnight shifts, so it usually takes her a day to recover. Yeah, I was actually hoping they would add that as a mod, Iceman. I missed that as well. I was hoping that there was going to be a mod that turned reflect beams into a physical wall, so we could get that physical wall like DD2, or like DD1. But no dice. Oh, don't get me wrong, David. You know I'd love to see that, Jester. I quit and came back a few times too, Prem. I played it for a long time continually, but I did have breaks. Wow, why was the XP so low on that map? I guess the win streak bonus was starting over. Yeah, doing all of Mastery is worth it. I mean, some of the hyper shards I don't really use, but I do use most of them. Now, there's no doubt that the first two are the best ones, so at a minimum, if you had no interest in completing Mastery and you just wanted to get some of the hyper shards, you definitely want the first two. You want Mass Destruction, you want Vicious Strikes. So you'd have to go up to 155 to get both of those. Oh yeah, many, many times, David. Actually, I was live on the PS4 when I quit playing there was a time of almost a year where the PS4 was my main account. And I rage quit the PS4 on a live stream. I was like, alright, sorry y'all, but I always say it, if you're not having fun, don't play it. And this is not fun to me, so I'm out. And I ended the stream right there. And I came back as PC only. There was, I mean, you guys think it's bad now on the consoles, which it is. There's bugs and crashes and issues. But man, it used to be way, way worse. Used to be so bad. What's going on, Matthias? Got a free spot. Oh, there it is. It's full. And man, I hit G just at the wrong time. I wonder if we're going to get all the mana. Yeah, it's got similar properties there, Spark. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. Alright, let's see. What do we want? We'll just go, we'll go alright out this time. Wrong hero. See, like a situation like this, if I put these flame auras in as close as they could go and the weapon man, this would be like a perfect spot to drop a boost aura. I don't have a boost aura geared out right now, or I would do it. It's all a matter of what you got and what you're used to there, Jack. I mean, every game, the PC is going to be higher quality graphics, but, you know, console offers a very large amount of convenience. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I think all the rewards are listed on Lightrayne sheet there, Endercow. If not, there's definitely a link from the title page of a sheet saying where they would be. Man, I went way too spawn campy. Rollers are going to be a pain in the butt. That's alright, I can sell. You know what, let's add some poison in this time, I guess, for flavor. Or you know what, let's go completely silly on the CC. And get some protons in here. Kind of ridiculous. Oh, I don't have any mana. Not all the mana was dropped. Alright, well, when I get it, I'll add them in. $800 pristine clusters? Holy crap. How much you want for all of them, Matthias? both ways are really good, Ryland. It depends. If you've got a build or a lane where you got mobs bunching up, the explosive poison does really, really good. But without it, it does really good as well. So you just have to remember, without explosive poison, it's only going to hit up to 3 targets at a time. The PDT will hit 1 target, 2 target, 3 target. And then the exception to that is the PDT can miss. So if the shot misses, sometimes it will hit an additional target, and that will poison an additional target too. They're both really good. They're war. I would say, depending on how earlier, controller is good. But just statistically, if you were going to climb up to, say, like floor 500 plus, if you looked at the health scaling, you're going to get a greater benefit. Man, nothing is going to make it up there. What am I even thinking? I'll put it there just for fun. If you planned on pushing to super, super high onslaught floors, then eventually Melee Boom would win over and be greater effectiveness. But in the earlier state, controller does really, really good. But either or, I use controller personally, and then I have Melee Boom on a Flame Aura, which in most cases, if I've got a weapon manufacturer, I'm going to slap a Flame Aura down with it. So I get the Melee Boom out of the Flame Aura, and then the raw DPS out of the Weapon Man. The Ranger, I think it'll be cartoony, like the Huntress. It'll be another elf. Pointy ears and whatnots. But on the same note, with those Weapon Mans, if you don't have controller and you've got a good Melee Boom, just use it. It's going to be good. You know, there is no cookie cutter. You don't have to use this or that. You know, that's the thing that a lot of folks don't understand with mods. Or mods are all in addition to what else you're using. You want to get as close to 250 as possible, Jack. So you want to push over floor 100. Well, you want to go to a minimum of floor 114 and unlock all the rewards. And then look at your minimum ascension from there. And get yourself as close to 250 as you can. The sweet spot would be 270. If you got yourself to 270 minimum ascension, then every reset you'd be able to max crit chance, crit damage, and the range gambit on a defense. So that would be kind of the sweet spot. But really anything close to 250 and you're good. I mean, the best is the highest you can go. But I mean, if you were looking for just like a minimum sweet spot to be at, it would be 270. Towards the end, or for me, like, I'm done resetting using Ancient Power. But if I did reset, I would be at like 700 and change. I think it's 724 or something along those lines. Nice war, grats. Roller would be dead before I get over there, yep. Let me see, what would I be at? 744. Yeah, if I reset right now, I'd be at 744, but I'm not resetting anymore. I am done with that business. Until they change Ancient Power and make it rewarding to keep resetting. Yeah, PDTs are really good, Prime. Very, very good. I use them quite frequently myself. It was one of the first defenses I took up to Chaos 8 when I got done with Ancient Power. Forgiven Darkness, what up, what up? The Demon Child. I'm gonna get me a little bit more Warframe grind earlier. I finally got challenged a little bit. I was blowing through all the early content, which, you know, any game, I guess that's what you do. But I got to Mars, and those first Mars missions, doing them solo, of course. I still have yet to group with anybody other than Omni and Joe. But doing them by myself, those first Mars missions started to get a little bit more challenging. I mean, some of them were super easy, but one of them I was kind of surprised. I actually died a couple times. Which I've yet to die other than, you know, I joined some higher level matches with Omni and Joe and got steamrolled. Thinking I'm all hot stuff. I hope so too, David. The thing with Skyguard towers is they have really unbelievable range caps. So I personally use Destruction, Defense Rate, and Deadly Strikes. Or Vicious Strikes. I did that Lobby quest in the plains. I don't remember what it's called. But that's all I've done there so far. See, that's the thing with Skyguard, is the range caps are so high on it. You could use Vicious Strikes, Deadly Strikes, and a range mod, and you're still not at the cap. That's crazy. Crazy range. What's your favorite sandwich? Man, sandwiches are good. I don't know. I like a grilled cheese sandwich with some bacon. I don't know. I like a Reuben's. A Reuben's sandwich is good. What the heck? Why is it not giving me the ingot? Oh, there it went. Somebody else probably got it anyway. Oh yeah, somebody else already grabbed it. It's all good. Reuben's are good. Like a roast beef sandwich is good. I grew up on the East Coast, man. I want that Philly cheesesteak. I grew up in the Baltimore, D.C. area in all those teen years, so we went up to Philly quite a bit. Told Mom we were going to baseball practice, you know, and instead hop on a bus up to Philly. Go up there and get in trouble. On the PC, Mark, any you know, the economy is completely different on PC versus the consoles. Like a melee boom, a max melee boom servo, the last one I saw sell sold for 80 million. So, I mean, it's all about, I think the prices are the highest on PC, the second highest on PS4, and then third highest on Xbox, just based off of how long the platform's been out, you know? Oops, this is not my weapon man guy. Let's proton it up here. We'll proton it up here. Proton it up over here, and then I'll switch to weapon mans. Like a max tenacity or a max piercer would sell for 50 mil plus on PC. Another map with just a ton of DU. You know what? Let me move this weapon man back so it's not stunning them up there so far. I don't want rollers getting stuck any worse than they already are, you know? Sorry, y'all. Allergies. The wife's hacking. Let's see, do the same thing here. That's pretty close, huh? Move it back a little bit more. No, it doesn't apply to siege rollers. That would be really cool if it did. Siege rollers, it's a matter of where you hit them. It's not a shield that they have. It's just they have straight 90% damage resistance outside of their sweet spot. Let's see, what else we want? I don't know. Let's do this lane first and then decide. Same thing. I'm going to put it back a little. Actually, I shouldn't have to worry about bosses over here. So I could put it wherever. What's left? We got lots left. Nah, gold is top priority right now. I mean, let's be honest. You got a much better chance of buying maximum mod. 9 out of 10 is not going to be that exceptional, really, Shrimp. It's all about max mods. The PC, since it's been out longer, it's more min-maxing. The difference between a 9 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 is on every mod is pretty substantial. So it's all about getting that max. If you don't have it 10 out of 10, then it's just not as good. You know, so it won't sell for anywhere near as much. But yeah, anyway, you've got a much better chance of buying a 10 out of 10 mod than you do of finding one. That's the one you want. And then plus, just upgrading gear is really expensive. I mean, you can spend millions just upgrading, just taking gear up from Chaos 1 to Chaos 7. Millions and millions. Depends on how you want to play it, Jack. Every hero, it depends on how you want to play it. If I personally, I don't play the Lavamancer actively because I'm not a big fan of melee heroes. But if I was to play the Lavamancer, I would play it as hero damage, and then I would go punch things. Well, the people selling items want to buy items too, Silverrod. And the easiest way to make a massive amount of gold is to sell your maximum mods. I mean, if you want to make a ton of gold real quick, it's through healthy trading, you know. Sell your good stuff instead of keeping it. I personally keep it. I don't sell it. That's why I don't have the big gold amounts anymore. Because I do buy, yet I rarely sell my super high-end stuff. You know, but I save it because I want to do the spotlights and all. So, I mean, if it was up to me, I'd have max mods on every defense. Welcome back there, Finley. Exclamation FA in chat there, War. The short version is I'm using melee damage, melee boom, and tenacity. Tenacity is completely going to waste right here, but it's more for onslaught floors. It'll raise them up a nice chunk there, range. It'll get them up over a mil. But exclamation FA in chat will get you a link to the full rundown on the build. I can tell you what shards to use, but I don't have the mods fine-tuned on it yet. You want to use Frosty Beams, Defense Rate, and Destruction as far as your shards. Anyway, nobody else is typing it, so there is the Flame Aura. If the bot will catch up, there it is. So that's the full rundown on Flame Auras. The full enchilada. Max Piercer and Tenacity. Yeah, I got a Max Piercer on my PDTs. And I got a max tenacity on my weapon mans. I've got another max tenacity shard I'm going to put on something, but I just don't know where yet. It's a permanent pull, Herschel. It'll never end. I'm not going to make a decision on it for at least 2 weeks. I'd like to see over 2,000 people. Right now it's had 1,200 votes. I'd like to see that get up to at least like 2,000. I think that would be a pretty good reflection of the overall player base. Even though it's still a really small sample, it'll be a good reflection of who's playing what. The health stat on bees doesn't do anything, Rage. Is why it doesn't have charges. It can be negatively affected by Bastille Master, and that's it. Yeah, any defense, if you're not at the cap, if you don't have a gilded defense rate, a defense rate mod can be beneficial to you. If you look at that video I did this morning, though, remember that it will actually, using an ungilded defense rate shard and then a defense rate mod, it will take you over the defense's cap. So you'll be wasting some ascension points if you throw all your ascension points into defense speed. I did a video this morning about it. It's on the channel right now. I don't have a link to it or anything, but it's the newest video. That's the quickest way, Drazer. Like I've mentioned a million times, this is a grind game. You don't want to grind one thing at a time. So the worst thing you could do, the worst use of your time, would be to just try to grind defender medals. Because you got to grind other things later. So you'd be missing out big time by just doing that. There's no reason to rush getting a hero, because the hero is going to suck until you get all the shards for him anyway. So unless you have all the shards you need to use that hero, the hero is going to stink. So don't rush getting a new hero, you know, unless you're completely prepared for it. If you're completely prepared for it, you have all the shards you need, then that's a different story. But not many people are. You upgrade it first, Chris. I mean, unless they're, like, if it's a Chaos 7 relic that you're putting the mod on, and it's a Chaos 6 relic that the mod is coming from, then you want to upgrade the mod to Chaos 7 first, and then move it over. So yeah, Expeditions is definitely the farm place. Mastery is like challenge mode, basically. Onslaught is the unlimited progression endgame mode, where you can keep pushing up. And farm mode is Expeditions. That's where you get the most experience, the most gold, and a comparable amount of defender medals. What's going on there, Mr. Mellon? Exclamation Chaos 2 in chat there. Keck will get you a link to the Chaos 2 tips and tricks. Chaos 2 is basically don't build trap SARs and nodes. I mean, you can basically sum it up to just that. Use towers and ranged defenses. You got an enemy, the main enemy on Chaos 2 will stun trap SARs and nodes. So if you counter it by not using trap SARs and nodes, you just made that a regular mob, and it's no longer a special enemy. So the entire game can be played based off of that same concept. Lightrayne always refers to it as rock, paper, scissors. So if you got paper, if the enemy is paper, you want scissors, you know? Fortnite's got some issues right now. Save the World mode does. It's got massive bugs. It's got driver conflicts. I'm not even playing it right now. Even though that Horde Bash event was it's just a reskinned event from last year. But it is very fun. The game is too buggy. I've already got one game that crashes on me. I'm not going to play another game that crashes. Definitely not going to do it. I'm in game in Fortnite already. Deluxe. I played it since launch. I'm at the very end of Twine Peaks. Level 100 plus. But I don't plan on playing it again until they either add some new content that's not just reskins of old stuff and fix all of their bugs and driver conflicts. Same map, huh? Now, Battle Royale I'll still play just because it's, you know, you can play Battle Royale for 15 minutes if you want. You know, just play one map, have some fun, you know, go shoot some fools, or get wrecked. One of the two. But I actually haven't played it in a while. I've got a bunch of games I want to play, you know. I mean, I just got into Warframe, and you guys that have played Warframe know that's a grinder. So, I mean, I could, like, legitimately not play anything but DD2 and Warframe right now, and it would take up all of my gaming time, you know. Omni's playing Warframe, David. In fact, he's in-game right now as we speak. He's been framing it up. Lightrayne's playing Fortnite and Guild Wars. He gets some DD2 in still. I don't need, that's way overkill. Let's just do that. Omni and Joe Averon are both playing Warframe, and Joe's playing Fortnite as well. And then, like, Cookie Binger is playing Monster Hunter World. So everybody's taking a break from DD2 right now, which is fine. You know, everybody should always play the game, whatever they're having fun playing, you know. But anyway, I want to play Warframe. I want to put a little more time into Astroneer. I'm really excited about that Satisfactory game that's going to be going into early access at some point in the near future here. I got access to that Graveyard Hunter game, and I never played it. I was so stoked to play it, and I never did a playthrough of it. That's like Demented Stardew Valley. I use Vicious Strikes on Frostbite Tower or Skyguard Towers. Pwn is my two favorite spots for it. I don't use it on either Aura. I use Auras quite often as my main lane clear, so I go for more power usually. I'm usually pretty happy with the Range Gambit and Deadly Strikes, but I've got a Gilded Deadly Strikes on both of them too. So I use Vicious on either Skyguards or Frostbites. Works pretty good on PDTs too. Picking up Dead Cells next week, very nice. Yeah, anyway, there's lots of options out there. We got what, we're a month and a half away from Mega Man 11. There is nothing that's going to keep me from playing Mega Man 11. Uh-oh. What happened? Is that actual flyers? Oh, I never put a Skyguard over here. Son of a bitch. That's alright. There's so much DU on this map, it doesn't even matter. I'll fix it up after the wave. I forgot a Skyguard. That's alright. Piece of cake, piece of cake. Did I put one over here? Yeah, I put one here. I just didn't put one there. Alright, this is an easy fix, though. Let's go, two. Actually, we can just split them. Let's really make it an easy fix. We'll go like this. And then we can put a Skyguard here. And then that leaves 90 just to spam this lane. This lane will be a easy mode lane, so there we go. Problem solved. Probably not too much longer, Iceman. Like I said earlier, Sunday's the day off with the wife. I'll probably do this map and maybe one more. I don't know, we'll have to look at the time after that. So it won't be... Sunday's usually my easy day. Yeah, I think I am going to start streaming some Warframe Super Vega. I think I'm going to next week. Right now I'm a super nub. So I'd stream it, and it would be... The entire stream would be the stream. People in chat telling me what to do because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm too noob. I actually have a level 30 Warframe now. I've been playing, but there's a lot of systems in Warframe I'm just unfamiliar with. I went to the clan dojo for the first time. Those of you that know Mayretha from the DD2 Discord and Sophisticus, they created the Mayframe clan. So I'm in their clan. I made that key last night and went to the clan dojo, but I don't even know what I can do there. I saw there was a little obstacle course. I went and ran through that once for fun. Not tonight, Matthias. Sunday night and Monday night, I take the night off from evening streams. Nighttime, we usually chillax and watch a movie with the wife. And then the Sunday day streams will actually be going away here fairly soon when football season starts. Sorry, y'all. I know there's a lot of European fans of DD2, but I am an American football fan through and through. So I'll be watching some football on Sundays. You can trade with other people in the dojo. Very nice. I'll have to beg some people for some stuff. Give me some stuff. I'm an hour away from getting my first... It's probably like an hour. Like an hour away from my first pet being finished. That, I don't remember the name of it. That very first companion that you get. So I'm hoping somebody in the clan has got one of those vacuum mods for me that can hook me up. What up, bro? That's a little bit on the low side, Drazer, but as long as you've got some defenses in with stun, then you're good. Exclamation ES. I think it's ES or EST there, Rylan. Let me see. I think it might be EST. Yeah, there you go. If you help someone with a lesser onslaught, no medals, that's kind of lame. So back to expeditions as farm mode. You're just not... You know, the multiplayer loot bonus that they add is nice, but the main problem with multiplayer... I put this on the survey too. I let them know my thoughts on their survey. But the main player with multiplayer is the gating system. Onslaught is not friendly to play with your friends. Somebody's got to go down, basically. Where, I mean, if I'm on floor 10 and you're on floor 15 and I do a match for it with you, we should be able to do a floor 15 match. You should get credit for floor 15 and I should get credit for floor 10. I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that system, you know? But it's down, you know, I don't know. That's a whole nother debate right there. I'm usually on US West there, Gaming Blizzard. Oh, people don't need to be in your clan to trade. Oh, I hear ya. Yeah, like I said, I'm super nub. Super nub with the Warframe. All I know is it's very fun to jump around and slide around and climb walls and shoot stuff. I'm at that state in the game where it's like, ooh, I can do this. I really hope they do something, gamer. I do. Onslaught particularly can get so grindy. Now the one map floors will take some of that away. But Onslaught can get so grindy. It's always it's going to be better to do it with a friend, you know? Yeah, your stuff gets reset down to campaign level, Vinzer. You gotta level it back up. So your best bet is, if you want to use the Ancient Power system, your best bet is not fine-tuning anything until you're done with Ancient Power. That way you don't have to sit there and level it back up every time. The best time to start like doing any real min-maxing is after you're done with Ancient Power. Unless you're just not interested in using Ancient Power at all. And then by all means min-max it out. That's the problem I face, is I min-maxed a bunch of stuff. And then started doing the Ancient Power resets. So like now I've got like my Dryad. It's got full sets of gear, full mods, full shards. Yet I have to upgrade all the stuff. And that's a massive grind in crafting materials. Nightbot's a free bot. Just Google it. Pretty easy to set up. There's a million guides and stuff on the internet about it. Just Google Nightbot and it'll walk you through it. Oh, that sucks, Seabrand. Sorry to hear that. No good there. Gotta take a look at the loots after this. Oh, god dang it, I missed my pet shot again? Such a derp. I like that Gatto fireworks, man. If this white Betsy didn't look so cool, I would definitely be using Gatto fireworks instead. But she just looks cool. Looks over effectiveness. Alright, so coming up on the 2-hour mark, I'll do one more map here and then I'm going to call it a day. We'll have a Proton Beam Spotlight coming tomorrow morning. Hopefully. I don't have it done yet, so don't hold me to it. But I'm going to try to have it hit the channel live at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Yeah, the assassins will become a complete joke to you over time, Drazer. But when you first come in contact with them, it can be what? What? They can be a real pain in the butt. Now, like I said, they will become, like right now, I completely ignore assassins. I don't even give them any consideration at all. Even in high onslaught floors, I just ignore them. But when you first learn to deal with them, that is not so much the case. Trust me, we were all there. None of us walked into C5 for the very first time and thought it was a complete joke. Unless we were getting carried, of course, which I know a lot of people have done that. Let's see. Don't even need that Skyguard over here. Can just do this, but we also have plenty of DU left, so whatevs. See, let's go like that, and we'll put another one over here. Got all that DU. Nothing to do with it. Or all that green mana. I mean, not DU. You guys know what I meant. The stuff. The juice. Yeah, anyway, I'm excited to get my first companion here in Warframe. Just need to get that vacuum shard going, or mod. It's weird, I had that one little spike, that one little drop in my connection, but the rest of the stream has all gone great. How does the video quality look? Does it look okay to everybody? Like I said, this is the first time back at 60 frames per second for a while. It's been too long since I streamed at 60 FPS. How would you rate? I rate reflect beam. Reflect beams are awesome. They can be lifesavers there, Pone. No doubt about it. If PC and Xbox were cross-platform, you'd give me one. So, you know, somebody told me the other day they thought that if Warframe had cross-platform play, it would be as popular as Fortnite. I don't know how true that is, but somebody actually told me that the other night. They thought that. Keep the broken Warblade on Warframe. It can start popping up as early as campaign. There, Briarbear. So yeah, Shatterquake will show up real early. You just want to have a Apprentice in your deck, and then to further increase the chance of getting it, if you're actively playing in the Apprentice, it will help that out even further. I've been involved in pets without any problem. I think, I have heard somebody talk about that, the Avenger. I think if you pick up the pet reagent needed to upgrade it and you move it around in your inventory, it fixes that problem. But I have had no problem evolving pets. I haven't even seen the bug, to be honest with you. But I have seen people talk about it, and I guess if you move the crafting materials around, it solves it. Exclamation Chaos 5 in chat. Drazer will give you some tips and tricks for the assassins. There's another video about just dealing with assassins. I don't remember the command for it though. You'd have to do exclamation commands and look. If you just look through the guides and tutorials playlist on the channel, you'll see the videos. So everything in that playlist is still relevant. No, not in Chaos 5, Rage. 50k is the minimum sweet spot in Chaos 5. You don't need 160k till you get to Chaos 7. I did 40, it took me 42 times to get to the Ascension Caps, Jack. So I'm all done. I've got no interest in those other 8 Ancient Power Points, the respawn time and the tower build speed. Those to me seem like a complete waste. I mean, I don't even know what I don't know, just not impressive in any way. They could swap one of those out for defense rate and make me very happy, and then swap the other one out for damn near anything else. If they made one, if they changed one to defense rate, maybe they could make it so you don't have to use gilded shards to get to the defense rate caps. That would be a huge benefit. You need another one, Shrimp, so you need that shard on both of those defenses. I try, Venzer. I try to help people out. I mean, I like doing the video editing and all that stuff. It's like, well, I mean, it's a dream come true. You know, as far as doing it for a living. And it's not a very good living. Hopefully, DD2 gets some players back, and that will help me out quite a bit. Nah, the Oceanic servers aren't coming back, John. They were removed. They weren't, like, temporarily disabled. They were straight up removed. A lot of people were not very happy about that. Oh, attack rate? Either or. I mean, it will take, if you don't have a gilded defense rate shard, you can put that on either one to get it down to the speed caps. I mean, it depends. Do flyers ever give you a problem? If flyers ever give you a problem, then go Skyguard. If flyers don't give you a problem, you know, I still haven't heard anything from Twitch, David. I finally heard back to my customer. It took them a week just to reply to my email asking why I didn't get a response. And the response to the email was pretty much not a response. It was, hey, we're sorry to hear you're having difficulties. If you need any further help, please contact us again. And that's all it was. But I don't know. People are, there's on the forum posters a rage post about people saying that they applied in February and still haven't heard a response. So I'm not super optimistic right now, to be honest with you. When's my next stream? My next stream will be Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, right here on the YouTubes. My next Twitch stream will be Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Pacific time over on Twitch. Alright, anyway, that is going to do it for today, though. Thank you all an absolute ton for swinging by. I do appreciate it. The Real Alice, what up? Sorry catching you right at the end, but it's the day off. Time to kick back and chillax with the wife a little. But anyway, thanks an absolute ton, everybody. I really appreciate you all swinging by today. So everybody have a great rest of your weekend. Good evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is for you. Make sure you have a good one. And I'll see you all back live on Tuesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. No, I am not at the max range on Weapon Mans. But anyway, thanks everybody. Appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Take it easy.